Alrighty, I am back to show you how to make these peonies. So I'm going to turn the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. These are just so much fun to make, just like the hydrangeas. Bear with me while I adjust this so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, hopefully you can see. Okay, so this flower will take 4 filters and then a single separate one. This one here, if you have the recycled one, the brown one, that will be good for you to use for the center, but I did not have it, so I'm using this white one, but it doesn't really matter. So we'll do the middle part. So what you do is you take your filter, you fold it in half, and then you fold it in half again, and you've got this right here, and we're only going to use one part of this, so we're going to, right where your seam is, where you just folded, just go ahead and cut that off. Alright, so now you just put that one aside. You're going to use this one here, and basically you're going to fold it again. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to cut little 1-inch little strips. That's all you're going to do. And this is going to be the middle of your flower. Alright, and like I said, since I don't have brown, I'm going to paint this one a yellow and probably do a little hint of brown on there. So I've got my paints out, and I'm using acrylic paint. I got these cheapy paints at the Dollar General, but you can use your regular acrylic paints. These were all the colors were together in these little things here, so it made it more convenient. So I pretty much going to take a little paint, just put it on my paper here, and I'm going to just kind of water it down a little, and then I'm just going to kind of paint this here. And it's a little easier to do it like this because you're going to roll it anyway, but excuse me, it's a little easier to just kind of dab it on here. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm just going to get a little touch of brown just to kind of give it a little. And if you put too much like that, that's okay. Just dab it with some water. And that's all you're going to do. There we go. And you can give this a little twist. And you're going to stick this in the oven along with your flour. So I'm going to put this in this little pan I have over here. But like I said, if you use the brown, then you have that brown color already in there, but you can do whatever colors you want. I've also done it in green, so whatever color you want to do. Then for your peonies, you're going to take your 4 filters, and you're going to fold it in half. And then you're going to fold it in half again. And when you get to that part right there, we're going to cut it. Not all the way, just kind of 1 inch away from the bottom. Got that? And then you're going to fold it one more time. And then you're going to cut it again. And then right here, the peony's leaf is a little kind of bumpy, I guess. So you're going to draw kind of like a heart, half a heart. or the top part of the heart anyway. So there you go. Very simple. Let's see, sometimes it's hard to see. No, kind of hard to see this. If you didn't see it, just let me know. Oh, there we go. And I'll take a picture and post it down on the bottom of this. I was going to do this outside, but it's a little too warm out there. And then you're just going to cut it. Okay. And then you're going to open it up. And you can do this on this part if you want to. I kind of wait and do it at the end when it's all dried. But you can, because peonies leaves tend to curl in, you can take a pencil or a brush and you can do this like this, but I kind of find this a little pointless only because you're going to kind of put paint on this and it's going to flatten back out. So I do it when it's all done. It's easier. So here you have your flower, and you open it up, and let's see, as you can see, I didn't cut this here, so I'm gonna come back and give it a little cut right there, and on the other end. Okay, and then I'm just going to open these up, and you're going to separate these, and then do the same thing. You're going to put them back together, but you're going to put them back not perfectly aligned, so the petals kind of mismatch each other. See, hopefully you're seeing this. And whoop, there you go. And you fold it in the middle like so. Now if you're doing it with your brown filter, you're able to go ahead and put your little piece that you did earlier in here. I'm going to do this with this wet one. It's really not going to matter too much, except it might get all over your fingers, but I'm going to put this in here so I can show you the process. So if you do the brown one, this is already pretty much going to be dry, and then you can touch it up with whatever little highlights of color you want. So I'm going to put this in here, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a little glue so that this can hold on right over here. So let me get a little glue, and I'm going to put that right on there. Alright, so I glue that in there. And then this part here is going to be kind of a little snug coming around. And then we're going to lightly, or not as tight I should say, kind of spin your peony around. So you've got your peony right there. And then I'm going to dab a little glue right here on the end to close that off. There you go. And then this is pretty much where the fun begins, where you kind of start opening up your petals, start playing with your petals. And it's all about really manipulating this flower. And then once you get your petals opened up, then you can go in with your paint. And I usually just kind of water it down. But this is how the flower starts forming, and I just love this part. This part is just, like I said, so much fun because it's starting to come to life. And then what I do at this stage right here, so here you got your peony going. And like I said, don't worry about these little guys, because once it all dries, it'll all blend in together. So now, and I like using a bigger brush for this step. So I guess I'll do this red maybe. It's red. And I'm gonna use this one. Mix that in there. And it's kind of giving it more of a peachy color. And then you can add a little water. And then just pretty much start brushing your petals. And like I said, you can add your water in there and just start brushing it in there. If you don't want to use the paint, you can play around with the water color, or I should say the food color, and you can do that with that too, but I wanted to try it with this paint, and I really like what it looks like, but you can do whatever you want. And like I said, don't worry about the leaves getting squished down at this point, because that's not really going to matter. Because once it all dries, then you're going to go ahead and start curling it with the end of the brush there, just to kind of give the leaves that little bit of texture. And that's all there is to it, really. So just go ahead and finish painting your flower, and then once you got it the way you like it, go ahead and pop it in the oven at 300 for about 15 minutes or so. Like I said, check on them because they dry pretty quick, and come back for the next step. Alrighty. Okay, so look at the colors that these dried into. Look how beautiful those are. So these are all dried, and I will show you, and I had them hanging on these little clothespins like the hydrangeas. So I'm going to show you how I put the stems on. So let me get that ready and I will show you. So join me on the next video. Okay, so I pretty much did the same thing as I did with the hydrangeas. I got the silk stems, or the silk leaves with the stems, from a cheaper flower. So I got these, just these little cheapy roses over at the Family Dollar. And I actually only paid $1 for these, and there were a bunch of 5. So I went ahead and got the stem, and I glued it onto the peony. And since I used the leaves, I kind of gave them a little drop of glue around the bottom base of it. So I did not use the floral tape this go around with the ends of these, so I just went ahead and glued them onto the stems. So there you go, look how pretty that is. And you can use whatever size stem you want. I used a smaller stem because I'm probably gonna put these on a wreath, but you can do the big stems. I bought these huge peonies over at the Family Dollar also, which I'll probably use these for something else, but they have the bigger stems, so depending on how long you want the stems. These here, now this bunch here, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for only $3. So once again, it's fun, it's affordable to play around and create these flowers, but that's what I did with these. So have fun, and I will see you next time. Okay guys, I just wanted to show you real quick when I was talking about curling the petals. So here's the flower we just did, and it's dried, and it kind of has a little variegated color to it, so I really like that. So what I like to do, that's why I say I like to do this when it's dry, because it makes a little more sense. But I take my brush, and I go ahead and kind of put it on the end, and just kind of give it a little roll inward. And kind of rub my finger on it a little bit, but just give it a little roll in so that the leaves start kind of turning in. And you can do this as you know, as many as you want, or here and there, but it just makes it look so much prettier when it's kind of giving it that little roll in towards the flower. So like I said, just play around with your flower and you can see the difference on just the way that it kind of rolls in. But I just think these are so pretty. I turned the light up on top off to see if maybe it wouldn't be so bright, because it is really sunny here today and I'm in front of the window, so it's casting a lot of light. But I just wanted you to be able to see this. Look how pretty that is. So once again, have fun doing these and post your pictures so I can see them. Alrighty, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.